We do have disagreements, I think.
There they sat, Republican Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy and U.S. President Joe Biden set to try to hammer out the so far unhammerable. An agreement by lawmakers on Capitol Hill to raise what's known as the debt ceiling, permission to increase the amount of money the U.S. can borrow to pay its bills.
How did it go?
Lawmakers met on the Hill this weekend trying but failing to find a way forward. It's so serious, Biden returned from the G7 in Japan intent on the sit-down with McCarthy, hoping to strike a deal and to avoid what some fear could be economic catastrophe if talks fail, a recession, spiked interest rates, and more. Economists describe the showdown bluntly.
I feel like it just shows the rest of the world how dysfunctional our government has been over the last 10, 15 years. And, you know, in my eyes, we're playing Russian roulette with the United States credit.
And by the way, what happens here could play out well beyond America's borders, not least in Canada.
Canada knows that as the U.S. goes, so do we. And so if they were to go into a recession, if their slowdown were to be more prolonged than otherwise, they could take us with them.
Among other demands, Republicans want caps on government spending. Democrats prefer to raise money and largely maintain spending. So who will blink and when? The deadline for a deal is in less than 2 weeks, sparking memories of 2011, when under Barack Obama, a deal came with just 72 hours to spare.
We may be able to make some progress.
In the Oval Office, guarded optimism.
And we still have some disagreements, but I think we may be able to get where we have to go.
Said McCarthy afterward.
I felt we had a productive discussion. We don't have an agreement yet. I believe we can still get there.
Okay, Paul, does that mean there's reason to be optimistic?
Hey, David. Yeah, well, yes and no. Yes, because McCarthy also said, in his view, the tone tonight was better than at any other time in these ongoing talks. But despite what you heard in that clip, he also said there remain big differences on how this country should govern itself in terms of the money it spends. And the clock is a ticking, David. The stakes remain sky high.
All right, so we need to stay tuned. CC's Paul Hunter in Washington. Thank you.
You're welcome.